Friends, as we celebrate the feast of the baptism of the Lord, it reminds us our own baptism. It reminds this day our Christian identity. That is why we are different from other animals, lower creatures. We are not, Aristotle says that we are rational animal. But beyond that, we have a different identity as children of God, as sons and daughters of God. That identity is the real one which distinguishes and differs from the lower creatures like animals, dogs and cats and monkeys, etc. We do have the urge like any another animal to procreate, to look for food and the drink and for a shelter. We do that. And also the animals, they learn, we also learn. But why I am different from my dog and my cat and my other animals I have as a pet at home? We all know that we are sons and daughters of God. But what if I don't leave that vocation, that call, or that dignity I have? Am I going back to the level of this inferior animals? There is an old saying in Indian folk story that a boy was walking in the jungle and he found a small egg. It was an eagle egg. Without knowing, he brought home and his hen was hatching. So he put that eagle's egg also with the hens hatching. After a few days, the chicks of the hen came out from the egg, as well the chick of the eagle also came out from the egg. The chick of the eagle always thought he is one of them. He tried to find the food, scratching in the land. He started running away from the mama. Hen is making some sound or escaping. So all his life he behaved like a hen, having the possibility of flying all above every creature in the world. Without knowing his own identity, he lived like a hen and died like a hen. What a pity. There was nobody to tell him that you are an eagle. You are not supposed to walk on the floor, on the land, or scratching for the food. You are supposed to fly high, above all the creatures in the world. You should go up and look down everybody. That message he never got during his life. Unfortunately, we behave like that eagle, having been called as sons and daughters of God. We behave like the sons and daughters of the darkness. Jesus divided the humanity into two. We know that story when the shrewd mayordomo, the steward, who was beating and destroying all the property of the owner, and he wanted to remove his position. He knew that I don't know how to plow. I'm ashamed of begging. So what I should do is make a friendship with my debtors. And finally, Jesus concludes, the sons of the darkness are shrewder than the sons of the light. So Jesus is dividing the humanity into sons of the darkness and sons of the light. Where are we Do I really belong to the sons in that group of the sons of the light? If I claim myself that I belong to the group of the sons of the light, do I behave like the sons of the light? I claim myself, oh, I belong to the sons of the light, sons of God, I am the son of God, a son, daughter of God. Do I behave? My character, my behavior, my testimony proves that? What if the eagle say, oh, I am eagle, but I don't fly? That is what we do sometimes. Oh, I claim myself, I am the son of God, I am in baptism, I am daughter of God in baptism, and my behavior is like sons of the darkness. I need to fly high. I need to stand above the attitude and behavior of the sons of the darkness. In order to claim myself, I belong to God. In baptism, I am an adopted child of God because my actions proves that. We cannot live with a double face. Jesus doesn't have that. For Jesus, there is no gray area. You are either sons of darkness or sons of God, sons of light. There is no gray area. Today also it reminds us the baptismal commitment we made for ourselves and for others. How honest we are in that commitment we make in front of the altar, in front of the priest, inside of the sacrament of the Eucharist. On the baptism, we bring our children to the altar. And the day of the baptism, the priest asks, or the deacon asks, are you ready to bring forth this child into the Christian life, knowing God and His rules, and loving the church, loving God, and loving the neighbor, as Jesus commanded us? And the parents answered, I do. And then the priest turned to the godparents asking, and you godparents, are you ready to help these parents of the children so they can be the true guiding light for the children, so that these children can walk in the light as sons and daughters of God? And the godparent says, I do. In holy matrimony, when we come to the altar asking for his blessing, the priest asks you, are you ready to accept this partner of your life? To be truthful, to be faithful, to honor her, to respect her in good times and bad, in sickness and health, all the days of your life. And we said, I do. Are we really honest to that answer we make? How honest we are in our Christian faith? What happened to us? What happened to the Catholic Church? Are we just falling into the traditional routine, attending the sacrament is the only my Christian faith? When I was looking for an answer to that, it is not just a few hours of looking for. All through my life, I see what is happening to us. In school, we learn how to cheat. We are making a society where dishonesty is being applauded. And you and me, we are part of that society we are making, where dishonesty is the rule of the day. When I was studying the medicine, It was not my language. I was studying everything in Spanish. Even though I speak Spanish, I never learned Spanish in the school. All this grammar and this comprehension of the heavy Spanish vocabularies and the idioms or sayings, I'm not very familiar with. I can just manage speaking Spanish, that's all. But studying medicine is a serious thing in Spanish. I used to study 17 hours a day, repeating. I was in my 40s. It's not easy to keep everything in brain. It's not easy to recollect everything. By my friends, my companions of the early 20s, they hang around in discotheque and the bars, and they had a nice life. But the examination day, they all have their exam beforehand. Some dishonest teachers sell the exam. And many dishonest students, they buy the exams and they pass. That means we are forming a dishonest society where we can honesty in the school. Early times, the teachers are the best honest people in the world. They find their position as teachers, honest teachers, forming a generation, new generation. That honesty is lost in the schools. Do we find honesty among the police? Of course, there are good police in the world. Where racism is the part of their police tradition. When I travel Mexico, if any police is following me, I'm scared. I don't care about the narco-trafficantes, all these couples. I'm not, because I don't involve with them, so I have nothing to worry about. But when I drive, if I see a police car behind, I get scared. Why? Instead of protecting me, they are the 90% of the police in Mexico, they are most corrupt people. Because we are forming an honest, dishonest society. What about the judges? Are the judges the final person I can find a true justice? Are they just? This great country, United States, we have 9 Supreme Court judges. They are divided politically. Divided politically. What kind of justice we can find then if they are divided politically? Do we get the real justice? Dishonesty in the higher positions. We just finished January 6th, the Capitol attack. How many politicians are corrupt, are involved in that Capitol riot? We are making a dishonest political figure in the society. Vaccines. I have seen people, those who are part of the abortion, they are claiming the religious exemption not to receive the vaccine. What a hypocrite. The religious exemption is allowed for some people, though those who do not want to receive the vaccine, like Johnson & Johnson, because they tried their vaccine, some fetal cells have been banked in 1970s. Since it is a aborted fetal cells, some religious people say that I don't want that vaccine because it is from the fetal cells. And those people, they are already aborted their children a couple of times, and they are claiming for the religious exemption. What a hypocrisy. Dishonest society we are making. This time of the tax, are we honest in paying the tax? Are we really, really giving back what we are supposed to give back? What about when we go to the supermarkets? Our children hang around there, they take a soda, or we take a chocolate, a candy, and we don't pay that. We are forming a dishonest society. If we society, in every nook and corner, if we are forming dishonesty, don't we think that it affects in our spiritual life also? Certainly it does. That same dishonesty, as a boyfriend and girlfriend, I can do all the hanky-pankies, and without having any remorse, I can come and receive the communion. That I'm dishonest in my relationship, then how can I be honest in my matrimony? How can I be honest in that commitment I make in the sacraments? We are just a reflection of the society in the church. The church is just a reflection of the society. If the society is corrupt, the church becomes corrupt. If the society is dishonest, the church becomes dishonest, because the church members are the same members of the society. What we do if we try to be honest in our spiritual life, spiritual journey, what we do to propagate, to spread that honesty to the society. That is our mission. As you and me, as sons and daughters of God, knowing that identity, we are supposed to fly like that eagle and tell the world how to live a life of honesty. We should be the walking witness, walking testimony to the world, not to be being contaminated by the evils of the society. What we do? What can I do? As a good Christian, can I be truthful to my matrimony? If I am truthful to my matrimony, when I go out, I see an untruthful matrimony, I have all the instruments and all the materials to tell them how good it is to be truthful in matrimony. If I am an honest student, I can go and tell my classmates, my companion, how to be honest. If I am keeping quiet, I am part of that dishonesty. We are evangelizers. That is why God counsels us. The last word in the gospel is a voice came from heaven. You are my beloved son, and I am well pleased with you. If God is well pleased with you and with me, we are his sons and daughters. If God is pleased with me, am I doing that mission of a son and daughter of God? This day to remind us to be truthful to the call we got in the baptism. Where we start? First, prayer. Constant prayer. God today see that after the baptism, Jesus was praying. Jesus needed a moment of prayer. How much more I need the moment of prayer. A constant communication with my Father. As a daughter and as a son of my Father, I need to have a communication with my Father. That is called the prayer. It is not about kneeling down and just finishing a rosary and say that I prayed. That is just a routine repetition of something you learned. That is not a prayer. A prayer is you communicate with God the Father as a son, as a daughter. When I wake up, I say, Father, thank you. Thank you for this beautiful day you gave me. That is a prayer. I take my car, Lord, walk with me, drive with me. That is a prayer. When I clean my dishes, Lord, I offer you this moment of cleaning my dishes. That is a prayer. Anything which comes from our heart in communication with God, that is a prayer. That way we can make whole 24 hours is a day of prayer without reciting a single rosary. But if you recite a rosary, dedicate some time knowing what I'm doing, thanking God the Father for the Son we receive in the mysteries of the rosary through the intercession of the Virgin Mary, that is even more beautiful. Second, remember or recognize the presence of God in us. Always. We are walking tabernacles. God, through the baptism, sanctified our life. And through the Holy Sacrament, the Eucharist, He gave Himself to us to be with us. That means we are aboard of body and blood of Christ. We are the tabernacle of Jesus' presence. If I am the tabernacle of Jesus' presence, I try to avoid not to be desecrated that tabernacle with alcohol, drug, and lies and pornography, piercing and tattoos, gluttonies, laziness. We are destroying that tabernacle. Always remember, God's presence is there within us. I am a walking tabernacle. My body is consecrated. My mind is purified. My whole being belongs to God. Third, recognize the presence of God in others. If I am a tabernacle, my husband, my wife, my children, my father, my mom also is a tabernacle. Also there is the presence of God. I am ready to accept and respect and give my honor to that person. I don't insinuate the other to fall along with me into the sin. Avoid the chismes. All kind of gossips. I am inviting the others. I am already fallen. Fall along with me. That means I don't recognize the presence of God in others. Today, as we celebrate the feast of the God's baptism, let us recognize that great dignity we have, that great position we have as sons and daughters of God. And today God is telling us from above, you are my beloved son, you are my beloved daughter, in whom I am well pleased. God bless you all.